There are over 2,600 billionaires on Earth, with Bernard Arnault or Elon Musk leading the pack depending on the day. About 328 of them are women, and the United States has the most billionaires with over 700 of them. The continent of Africa has its share of billionaires, though the number fluctuates year by year. Combined, the net worth of these individuals amounts to $81.5 billion US, with much of their wealth based in manufacturing, telecommunications, or oil. Do you know all of them? Anyways, here are the billionaires of Africa. Like, subscribe, and share please to help us. Thanks and enjoy. As of January 2023, there are 19 billionaires on the continent, with most of them from North Africa. However, South Africa is the country with the most billionaires. Michel Leroux's net worth stems from finance and banking, as he has an 11% stake in Capitec Bank, which is also on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Christopher Wyss is a billionaire as a result of owning stakes in Shoprite, the biggest retail chain in Africa, while selling Pepkor in exchange for stakes in Steinhoff International. Patrice Motsepe, who football fans will recognize as the president of CAF, is the founder of African Rainbow Minerals, making his money from mining. He later added African Rainbow Capital to his portfolio, a holdings company buying stakes in multiple companies. He is also the owner of Mamelodi Sundowns, while holding shares in other sports teams. Nicky Oppenheimer comes from a family of diamond miners, third generation to be exact, as he acquired his billionaire status by selling his 40% stake for over $5.1 billion. Koos Bekker is a billionaire from media and owning some shares in Tencent. South Africa also has the second wealthiest person on the continent by the name of Johan Rupert, the chairman of Richemont and Remgro, a company dealing with luxury goods. He has a net worth of over $10.7 billion. Not far from South Africa, we have Strive Masiyiwa from Zimbabwe, who works in telecommunications. He is London-based due to escaping persecution from local authorities of Zimbabwe. Of all the billionaires in Africa, Strive has a bigger global influence, as he has been on boards of companies such as Netflix, Unilever, and Bank of America, amongst others. If you want to see a dramatic telling of this biography, head over to our brother channel, African Biographies. Algeria is another country with only one billionaire on the list. Issa Rebrab, a son of militants who fought for the independence of Algeria, sits on a net worth of $4.6 billion by being the CEO of the largest private company in Algeria, Cevital, dealing with steel, food, and electronics. Issa spent some time behind bars on charges of corruption and tax evasion. In neighboring country Morocco, Aziz Ankanouch and Othman Benjeloun sit over the $1 billion net worth. Aziz, who is currently serving as a prime minister, is a majority owner of Aqua Group, founded by his father. The multi-billion-dollar conglomerate deals with oil and gas and a plethora of other sectors. Othman is the CEO of BMCE, Bank of Africa, which has a presence in more than 20 African countries. Staying in North Africa, Egypt currently has a total of 5 billionaires. Nassif Sawiris is the wealthiest Egyptian with possibly the most diverse portfolio. He runs OCI, one of the world's largest nitrogen fertilizer producers, with plants in Texas and Iowa. He has a 6% stake in Adidas, owns some piece of Aston Villa FC, New York Knicks, New York Rangers, and Victoria SC. He currently sits on a $7.3 billion net worth. His brother, Naguib, is also a billionaire. Then there are the Mansour brothers, who are shareholders in the conglomerate Mansour Group, an exclusive distributor of GM vehicles and Caterpillar equipment in Egypt and several other countries. Mohammed is the wealthiest of the brothers with a whole billion more than Yassin and Youssef. The only billionaire in East Africa is Mohamed Dewji, the CEO of Metal, a Tanzanian conglomerate founded by his father in the 1970s. Metal is active in textile manufacturing, flour milling, beverages, and edible oils in other areas of Africa. Metal is also the biggest producer of sisal, a plant used in manufacturing carpets. Crazy story, but Dewji was kidnapped in 2018 and released shortly after. Moving on to the West, Nigeria is the only country with billionaires, and with 3 to be exact. The poorest billionaire is Mike Adenuga with $6.3 billion net worth. Mike got an MBA in New York while working on the side as a taxi driver and eventually became a millionaire at age 26, selling lace and distributing soft drinks. Today, telecom and oil production is the base of Adenuga's wealth. Ahead of him is Abdul Samad Rabiu, the founder of BUA Group, a Nigerian conglomerate acting in cement production, sugar refining, and real estate. His company is on the Nigerian Stock Exchange and he owns 98% of it. Last but certainly not least is the man who has been Africa's wealthiest man for over a decade, Aliko Dangote, the founder and CEO of the Dangote Group. They produce everything from cement, sugar, salt, flour, steel, and much more. Dangote is not only the wealthiest African, but he is also the wealthiest black man on earth. There are some billionaires who are African by being citizens of African countries, but are not listed because most of their net worth is tied to another continent or they just don't live in Africa. These individuals are Patrick Soon-Shiong, Nathan Kirsch, Mohammed Al-Amoudi, Mohammed Al-Fayed, Mo Ibrahim, Sami Sawiris, and Tokwe Awotona. Even though all these billionaires had inherited capital, they still endeavored to be greater, which ultimately paid off. One thing for sure to be learned is providing the basic necessities which will bring crowds asking you to take their money. Could there be more billionaires coming in the next few years? Thanks for watching. Will we see you in the next one?